You know, when we're talking about the governor's budget that was proposed, I don't operate under the assumption that every idea the governor has that you will all agree with. But it is this straightforward, one-time, throw it all out. You're never allowed to talk about it ever again. I mean, the chairman of this committee spoke earlier about we'll have opportunities to debate different approaches, but we won't have an opportunity to compare any of those approaches with the things that we discussed today, because they're going to prohibit us from ever mentioning these things again. An existing child care program in the state of Wisconsin will not be allowed to be mentioned in this room up until June 30th, or until the passage of the budget. The fact that there are federal Medicaid dollars that we've refused to take in that would lower the cost of private insurance for Wisconsinites would also make sure that thousands more people are covered. We won't be able to talk about that in this room in the coming weeks and months as a comparative point for what they plan to do on healthcare, or what they don't even know they're going to do on healthcare, whichever it is. We can pretend that this is a nice and friendly little process where you guys are we're just going back to base so we can discuss it. But part of the process that occurs here today is that you, not only do you remove the governor's budget items, which make life easier for Wisconsinites, but then you also prohibit anyone from ever discussing them ever again. And that's really bizarre, don't you think? That's a really strange way to approach this marketplace of ideas that you keep claiming that this is. It isn't. This is a top-down totalitarian committee where we're not permitted to discuss things past a certain point, or we're not allowed to speak freely about approaches that the governor put in his budget in comparison. How bizarre is that? On top of which, it is all in the context, all in this big, broad context of a federal government that is making lives harder. They're making it harder for people to travel. They're making it harder for people to get health care. They're making it harder for people to get education. They're making it harder for people to earn a living in this country. They're making it harder for people to get child care. And we're not going to be able to discuss the full range of state options to try and make life more affordable and easier for Wisconsinites. That's bizarre.